do these come into play on this, or no?
There's phase 2 of Motorgate is not gonna be done. This is only gonna be done on phase 1 of Motorgate. Manhattan Park didn't want to participate in the phase 2 in the procurement process. And there's a revenue sharing agreement with Manhattan Park relative.
Since this is, the structural mitigation and upkeep of the facility since they're not participating on their side, are they at any risk? So we're only gonna be fixing up our stuff?
I don't know if they're at any risk for water damage. It's basically it's a waterproofing and relining of the facility. I don't think they're at any risk. There's a revenue component of it that
Yeah, I mean, the general public doesn't know, like, there's a line in the sand where this side is maintained by RIOC and this side is maintained by Manhattan Park. And if they get water damage or something else, then.
Will there be material difference in conditions?
There's probably going to be a difference in waterproofing and wayward signing and lines on the concrete. That's going to be different. I don't know that much about the phase 2. I know it was done at a later date than phase 1, so it may not be in as bad condition as phase 1. But
Does will the contract call for warranty on the work?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, so the work includes concrete repairs, waterproofing and wayfinding, new signage and striping, as well as planning for electric charging stations. Yes.
it's going to be phased. We're going to have to phase it. We're going to have to close part of it down. So we're going to have to deal with the monthly parking and how that whole thing is.
Just, we've gone through this exercise at least twice, maybe 3 times since I've been on this board. And I don't know what the problem is. Maybe some basic deficiencies in the structure of the building, I don't know. But I'm getting tired of it. Keep track, that's why I asked about warranties.
Sure.
How long ago was the last one? If I might ask. How long ago was the last?
It's been a while, I can't remember, Jack. It's been at least 10 years, I think.
Sure.
It's a well-known product that they're proposing. It's a Kemper system that comes, and only qualified installers that the manufacturer approves can do the installation. And I mentioned structural preservation has a good reputation and had a very good portfolio of other garage structures. One in Lake Park City, another that was in, I want to say, town of Oyster Bay, none for the Long Island Railroad Port Authority.
Well, I'm sure it's under due diligence with the vendors.
Will there be any change in the density of the parking, or the reason I bring it up is we had some disputes in the public before where they changed from straight-in parking to diagonal parking, and people said about the change in the width and other things. Is everything pretty much staying the same as far as that goes, or?
We are waiting, we have an independent study being done, an analysis of the spacing and the line striping. So what we issued for bid was a preliminary striping plan, but we don't anticipate any changes or dramatic increase in the number of spaces. I think it's laid out.
When you finalize that, can we put that out for public review as well, so everyone doesn't come in the next day and find that their larger van doesn't fit in their favorite parking spot that they've been parking in for the last 15 years. Now they need to park in a different spot because now it's a small car spot and something like that.
Yes, we have posted, we issued a bulletin to the public about the Motorgate improvements at the end of April, and are
Right.
working with the management company to make certain that all of the tenants are notified, and that we were working with them to make sure it's all coordinated.
Have we had any discussions with the management company about their general maintenance? I've had someone complain to me about the garbage cans being full and garbage in the parking spot.
We've had, I would say in the last month and a half, well, they've had a change in their management structure. Brian Collins, who's been our point of contact for a number of years, is retiring. He moved to a different role in consulting. They have a new gentleman, I forget his name, but we asked them to submit a proposal for a new cleaning plan for the garage. They've just submitted it, I want to say this past week. We're still reviewing with them, and to address a slew of issues, cleaning, we asked for staff, more staff, we asked for a lot of things, water, when they have debris, we're gonna have, I guess, pigeon droppings on the ground, and just overall cleaning this plan, so we can report that to the board, hopefully by the next board meeting.
Okay, any questions from the board?
Well, and also, this is going to be a phased project. up through October, and they're gonna stop, and then they're gonna start
Sure,
again
that's a
in
good
April.
point. So 180 days?
So
No,
Just because of winter and,
winter and concrete and.
yeah, it's probably the right temperature to find the waterproofing stuff, okay.
So they'll probably shut down, they'll probably do half of it through October, shut down, and restart it again in April, and then take it through, I think,
Make sure
September.
we have a solid communication plans for the public and, any questions from the board? On the phone, any questions?
No, thank you.
Okay, I'll start here.
Light, I bring this up every time we talk about Motorgate, but is lighting part of this?
Yes.
This
No, lighting is,
Okay.
yes.
lighting is not good.
No, it's terrible. Terrible.
Okay, next in line,
Anything happening with the removal of the escalators?
The atrium is not part of the contract work. These scope of work is limited to the structural improvements and stabilization.
Is there any other plan regarding the escalators at this
We
point?
started internal discussions with the atrium. We have not had any formal plans. We've started internal discussions, that whole atrium. But again, we have no real plan in place yet.
And what section is managed or owned by Manhattan Park, and what section is owned by RIOC?
I can describe it. The back area.
You know the back left area, you know where it's, if you come out of our building here and you walk straight, you can look straight up. That part of the garage that's over here on your left-hand side is
The new wing.
Yeah, the new, you can tell when you're
phase
in
two,
there.
yeah. Okay, sir?
Thank you. So if I can make a suggestion on the lines and the wayfinding signage.
I can't hear you, I'm sorry.
If I can make a suggestion on the,
We're recording, identify yourself, please.
I'm sorry, Frank Ferentz again. If I can make a recommendation on the wayfinding signage and the line striping. A couple of years ago, when Mr. Shinzaki has referenced that, I did look at the line striping, and the angle of entry 90 degrees versus 45 or whatever it is, does create a different width and therefore changes the number of parking spots per segment. So because the parking areas are fairly close to one another. Okay, so that's number one. So I would say just please check into that, and the signage. I know it's two separate things. I understand the origin of that. I'm familiar with that. But for the sake of the community, if you can just use the same colors and the same style and whatever, and because the roads actually have to match too.
So reasonable.
Yeah, okay. And then the second, I have a question because I sit on the Rear Planning Committee, and we've had some questions about the electric car charging stations. Have you set a policy or some type of sense of how they're going to be used or shared? Because like in a commuter lot, for example, you drive to the lot, you put your car in the station, you get on the train, you go out, you come back home, you get out, you pick up your car and you go. So your car's only been there for 8 hours, let's say. That's the use case of that. Whereas here, the pattern in Motorgate is more people park for the week and then go out on the weekend at times. So have you thought about, you don't have to answer that question now, but I'm just saying, I encourage you to, think about how that's going to work, because if you have 10, charging spots that the cars just park there for months.
We are in the planning stages of that. Part of the study that's happening with respect to the line striping is also looking at the charging station's location and policy. So the first step is we're looking to partner with NYSERDA for their rebate program to do this install. In addition to the garage facility itself, we also have separate, we started to do a separate analysis based on some requests received to see if there was any locations along Main Street that would benefit from having charging stations as well. We've got a number of requests.
I'm not questioning the location.
Right, once we have the recommendations on where they should be, then we will have conversations about how that should be managed. To your point, we want to make sure that they would be available and that it wouldn't necessarily be monopolized.
SG Plus has some ideas also that they want to share with us about that policies and places they've had before that they want to recommend to us. We haven't had.
It's still early, but these are valid points.
If you're here in the summertime, okay, and you see what it's like in the garage here, and then you come here on Saturday and Sunday,
Right.
you'll notice big swaths of the garage that are empty.
Certainly.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item